Okay, final part of Chapter 2, Freedom for Homefront on Guerrilla Difficulty. So we're at the baseball field, which has been turned into the mass grave site of the Americans that I think it's the United Korean Nation, or Korean Army, that have been dumping there. I forget what the actual name, for being that it's not North and South Korea anymore. I think it's like the United Korean Nation, or I forget what the fuck it's called. But this area is kind of a bitch just because you're dealing with like certain groups of soldiers as you move through, but there's also one of those sentry towers. So it's like you're dealing with them, but then you also want to make sure you're not like that your left side isn't out in the open, because then that gun will just destroy you. So get some grenades over there. When I play through this area on normal, I actually picked up a assault rifle that had a grenade launcher on it, which made this area somewhat easier to deal with, just because I had the grenades, but then I also had the launcher. But for some reason on my run through on Guerrilla, I never encountered that gun. So but this area isn't too much of a hassle. It's just yeah, kind of avoid grenades. Luckily, when you get to these areas by the bleachers, you usually should have like a little rampway that you can kind of run up to get away from the grenade explosion. Eventually, move far enough up where you not have to take out, I think it's actually 2 sentry towers that are over there. So just gradually throw some grenades over there, because you should get lucky and take out 2 or 3 guys that are over there, and there's usually at least 1 or 2 guys hiding in that bus. So from either this area or the next section that you move up to, you should be able to get a good line of sight. Yeah, and see that I didn't get past that sentry tower fast enough, so it almost took me out. But yeah, see, there's at least like 1 or 2 guys in there, so deal with that. I don't believe anyone is in that second bus, so you don't really need to worry about that one. I believe coming up here is when you can take out the first tower. No, not quite, but I think by this point there's only like maybe 2 or 3 soldiers that you need to deal with, and once you take out those 2 towers, you have an in-game cutscene where a helicopter shows up, and to avoid getting detected from them, you jump into this mass grave and pull a dead body over you to kind of hide from the soldiers. It's kind of a fucked up scene, but it's also a cutscene, so I didn't include it. So really none much harder about this after you take out the 2 towers. And I included the achievement popping up for being this on Guerrilla. And I'll see you in Chapter 3.
Happy now?
These photos came to me by way of a friend with contacts deep in the Resistance.